Hello friends, today we are talking books and annotating books. So for my new viewers, welcome. My returning viewers, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoy this and I hope that this is like really beneficial for you. So as we're kind of going through, I'm going to be sharing my top favorite items that I like when I'm reading, but also for annotating as well. And we're going to be putting together a little book kit that I want to, like, this is the items that I try to keep on me, but I'm going to keep them all in one little spot so that way I can just carry it with my book. So I have a bunch of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and clear this off and we'll go through it one by one. So for starters, I will share that the items that I'm talking about are both for physical books and for your Kindle if you are a Kindle reader. When I talk about annotating, I basically am talking about where you're going through a book, you're making tabs, kind of jotting down like little notes, maybe you're highlighting, that sort of thing. These are two books that were annotated. This one was part of a traveling arc or a traveling book. This one is one that I did on my own. And then this is the book that I'm currently reading while I'm not annotating it. Like part of me actually wishes that I had from the start, but that's okay. There is a purpose for this, I promise. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and jump into my favorite items for reading in general. So one of the absolute favorite items for reading is going to be a bookcase. So this I purchased from Barnes & Noble. It can fit books of like nearly any size. It's good for both smaller books as well as big books. So this I could definitely fit a hardcover in here. I actually have some different items in here. So let me go ahead and take those out. Like this is a whole bunch of stuff. Let me take these out and then I will show you. There is a reason why I need to set up my little book kit. Because right now things are just everywhere and it's madness and it's kind of driving me crazy. All right, so everything is taken out of here. So this one, like I said, I got from Barnes & Noble. It has books on it. It has cats on it. It has a pocket in the front, which I do like. But I don't necessarily use it as much. I was for a while, but then I found that stuff kind of fell out of it too easy. So, I mean, I could realistically fit 2 books in here and it would close up perfectly fine. So you can definitely fit 2 books. You can fit 1 book, big books, small books, whatever books. But yeah, I love having this. I love being able, because I can just throw this into my purse, if I'm taking a book with me to work, I can throw this into my backpack for work, throw into a tote bag, messenger bag, whatever. So bookcase is definitely top of the list. Next are bookmarks, and I actually have like several different kinds of bookmarks because it really just depends. So I love these ones. These are just super simple magnetic bookmarks. I already have a bookmark in here, but we're gonna take it out. And these ones, let's use this one right here since this one's already missing a couple. So these I just purchased from Amazon. You just put in a couple of pages. I like to always put it on the right side so that way I know that that's where I'm at. And as you see, it holds it really, really nicely. And plus they really don't fall out. Sometimes if I'm lazy, I'll just throw it in there and it still holds it, but obviously that one, it's gonna fall out. But yeah, I love the magnetic bookmarks. These are definitely some of my favorite. And these ones are just super simple. Now, if you want to get a little bit more creative, I also love these ones. These are some Taylor Swift themed bookmarks, but again, they're magnetic bookmarks. These ones are a little thicker. The magnet especially is a little bit thicker, but still it holds it really well. These ones come from Starlight Studio. I think it's like Starlight Studio. I actually found these ones at my indie bookstore because the maker of these is located in California. Like, let me see if I think that's it. And then of course I've got the one that's actually in here as well. So I have 5 of them. I thought I had one more, maybe not. But yeah, so these are magnetic as well, and I have seen like so many different makers of these little magnetic bookmarks that you can find them in so many different designs. Obviously, I go for the Taylor Swift ones. Next, these are really fun. So these ones are also dusty. So these are little mushroom bookmarks. I love the idea of these, but I don't love how they work. So these ones, it's just super simple. You put them in your book to mark the page and it holds it. What I found is that these fall out really, really easily. So as cute as they are, I don't use these ones. I don't know if I would go as far to recommend them, but I definitely don't use them. So they just sit in my bag and look cute. This is one that I really like. This is one, I can't remember who made this one. I bought this from my indie bookstore, but this one is really pretty. Where simple enough. I think you can go really either way. You just put the fabric in between and it holds your spot. The good thing about this one is it's super pretty. It's cute. It has a nice little quote. The bad thing about this one is that my cats attack it. So I don't use it as often just because I think like Duke or Vinny actually took it out of one of my books. But I mean, it serves its purpose, and it would definitely be one that I would recommend. And I think that this is also one that'd be really easy for somebody to make if they wanted to make their own bookmarks. And then we have just your standard bookmark. So a few of these I got from JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop. So like these 3 I got from JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop because she does make her own laminated bookmarks. This one came in a book subscription kit. I think this one came in potentially a book subscription kit, but I honestly cannot remember. It may have also been gifted to me. And then this one was created by Tara DeWitt, the author of Funny Feelings. When I went to, I'm like, where's my book? So this one I got when I went to get my book signed by her. She had some bookmarks that she was passing out, so I got that as well. But yeah, so lots of different bookmarks. My recommendation is usually going to be the magnetic, whether you're going, theme, decorative, or whether you're just going simple magnetic bookmarks. Next, we have the Kindle page turner, and obviously this one is specific to the Kindle. So what I really, really like about this is I am definitely one of those people that I like to lay in my bed while reading Kindle, especially on cold nights. I like to be curled up under the blanket, and I don't want to have my hands outside of the blanket. So the page turner is really nice. It clips onto the side of your Kindle after you push the button to turn it on, and it turns the page for you, which is really nice because then I can be able to read. I can be able to have my hand under the blanket. I'm reading, and I can just easily turn the page. So this was probably like one of the purchases that I was sitting on for the longest time. But it's one of the purchases that has been the best ever, and is definitely something that I recommend. So I love my Kindle page turner. I actually want to go ahead and get a backup because I'm always worried that I'm going to lose this. and when I get a backup, I may end up getting one that comes with like 2 of the page turner button things, remotes, just in case I do lose one. Next, I have a flashlight. So this is like one of my favorite flashlights. And this is, specifically to be used if you are trying to read in the dark. What I really like about this one is that it's not flimsy. So you have like the flashlights where it has like a little gooseneck. I do not like the gooseneck. This one, it has 3 different light levels and then 2 different brightnesses, or 2 different color tones. So one is either a white light, or it's like a cool light, or it is like a more yellow tone light for a warm light. And it has 3 different brightness levels, so you can definitely kind of be flexible with how you use it. This one, though, I will say is I have to be careful, because if I'm using this while reading a physical book at night, I'm going to end up falling asleep, because if I'm laying down, I will fall asleep while reading. So I try to only use this for situations where maybe like if I'm sitting up in bed, or if I'm like traveling, on an airplane, and maybe I need a little bit more light, that sort of thing. But I don't try to use this in bed. One of the really good things about this is that it is rechargeable through USB, so I don't have to worry about batteries. But I love having this on hand, and I will always recommend having this light. All right, so now we come to the annotation tools, the annotating tools. One thing that I have absolutely fallen in love with is the clear sticky notes. So I have some right here. And the pack that I purchased these from, it has them in multiple different sizes. This is actually what it comes in. I'm like trying to take it out without messing it up. So when you order it, you get 1,700 sticky notes. I mean, it's like tons, and they're different sizes. So you have your normal size sticky note. You have these little mini square ones. These ones are long, which I think I've used up like all of my other ones, but these ones are longer, and they're just like a little bit, they're not as wide as the normal. You have some that are half of the size of the long ones. And then you have some that are like, I would probably, yeah, these are like a full square, and then one of the long thin ones. So you get lots of different sizes with this, but I really, really love being able to use these, because I can be able to write on it and then actually put it in the book, and I can see the note that I wrote without writing in the actual book. So these are really, really nice. If somebody is like brand new to annotating, I will always recommend transparent sticky notes. And to go along with the transparent sticky notes, the pens that I have found that are the best, they are Mr. Pen Quick Drying, I think it's like a felt tip, I believe it's oil-based pen. I honestly cannot remember if these are oil-based or water-based, but these are the pens. They come in a 4 or 5 pack. It may have been a 5 or 6 pack, and I may have just lost a couple pens. But these are the pens that I will keep around just for writing on transparent sticky notes, because you can write on it and it doesn't smear. I assure you that if you were to try any other pen, number one, gel pens don't even write very well, but they smear horribly. I don't think Sharpie pens may work. I feel like Sharpie pens may have smeared. I'm gonna give it a couple seconds. So Sharpie pens, they kind of do. I personally don't like writing with Sharpie pens. But yes, Sharpie pens will work. but anything that's like a gel pen will not work on this. Now, what will work is ballpoint pens as well. And that's what this is. This is actually, it's like really flat, so you can use it as a bookmark, but it is a ballpoint pen that also erases. So this can be used not only on the sticky notes, which I don't like to use them on the sticky notes because of the fact that it really pushes it down, but you can, or you can use it in the book because of the fact that you can actually erase it. I don't like this as much, mainly because it's blue ink and I don't like blue ink, but I don't like the idea of writing in my books. So unless it's like highlighting, then I'm okay with it. But I only try to highlight or write in a book that I know for a fact I'm not going to want to pass along. But yeah, so ballpoint pen or the Mr. Pen quick drying, this is going to be what I would definitely recommend. And then to go along with the pens for this transparent sticky notes, when I do like to actually highlight in a book, the Mr. Pen gel highlighters are the ones that I use. So these are advertised to be used for Bibles. However, I love using them for annotating books because they're not like your regular highlighters. This is a set that I just purchased because I actually wanted some more colors. But these are the original colors that I have. I feel like Practice Makes Perfect is the perfect one for that because I did use them in there. It kind of gives it like a crayon. It kind of writes like a crayon. That's actually like the best way to put it. It's kind of like a gel crayon almost. I really, really love how it works. You can still see through it. But the best part is that it's not going to bleed through to the other page. I promise just about any other highlighter will bleed through book paper. So I recommend using the Mr. Pen Bible gel highlighters because these are going to be the best for paper. It's not going to bleed through. It's not going to make it so you can't read the words, but plus they have tons of colors. So I like to like match up the colors with my little sticky tabs. But yeah, if you want to highlight in books, these are what I recommend. And when we are talking about pens, I found these paper clips that I think are so much fun and I really, really love them. So these are actually meant to hold a pen in your book. So I don't know if I wouldn't necessarily use these as a bookmark, just because of the fact that obviously you have a large piece that's sticking out, but you can be able to put your highlighters under it. I don't like the highlighters as much, but I do like just a normal pen. So those are fun. I feel like that this would probably be something more that I would use like if I was annotating a book, like on a plane, on a train, in a car, that sort of thing, you know, something where I needed to be able just to really easily stick it with it. So then that way I could kind of go from place to place. I don't think I would necessarily use these on a daily basis, but these are definitely nice to have around. So that's always fun. And these actually, I think these would be really fun to keep in my planner for just my regular use. So next we have the colorful sticky tabs. So these are made out of the same material as the transparent sticky notes. The only difference is that they are tabs and they are super, super colorful. Now I like these, but I will say that I find that I get frustrated very easily because they do fall off. Most likely gonna have to take like a tape adhesive to actually glue it down. But I like using these because then I can be able to designate a color for a certain purpose. Like, let's take these ones right here. So if I'm reading a romance book, maybe I want to use this pink specifically for any like little lovey-dovey moments. Maybe I want to use this blue for sad moments. Maybe I want to use a green for funny moments. If there's like a quote, I can be able to kind of designate a different color for different purposes as I'm annotating, which is exactly what I did in this one. So I like these. These ones, some of them are made to be put into a notebook. This is honestly something that I would just throw in with my book. I would kind of figure out, okay, which colors do I want to use? And then that will just go in with like my bookcase to take with me with the book. And then I can just be able to annotate as I go. Like I mentioned, the bad thing about these is they do fall off the sheet easy, but I feel like it's something that is completely reasonable to just take tape adhesive, glue it down on one side, and after that it should stick. That's what I'm going to be trying to do with this one. And then I did go ahead and pick up some more just because it's nice to have like the different colors on hand, just kind of depending on what you're reading, what you're in the mood to use. And like even sometimes if I'm sending a book to a friend, if I'm, gifting them something, I will include some of these in with it. So then that way, if they want to annotate, they can. And lastly, you need a special case to keep your annotation supplies. Okay, so this is not like one of my favorite things, but this is what I decided to pick up because I want to create a kit specifically for my book reading and my annotation. So that's what we're also doing, is we're going to go ahead and set this up. This is just a pen case that I got from Amazon. I actually have another one. I really, really like it, which is why I decided to go with the same one for my books. It has a pocket in the front. It has one zipper for the compartment, but what I really like about it is that it has a second zipper, so it can be able to expand and you can actually be able to keep more stuff in it. So this is how tall it gets when you have it expanded. And then this is how small it is when you don't have it expanded. So it's still a good size no matter what. But let's go ahead and fill it up. So on the inside, you have a zippered pocket area. You have this front little pocket, and then you have 5 spots for pens, whatever. And then you have the big pocket right here. I am going to go ahead and expand it just because I know that I'm going to be keeping a lot of stuff in it. Okay, so this YouTube episode is brought to you by an interruption where I had to evacuate my apartment because the apartment across from us had an oven fire, and fire department had to come out here and we had to like evacuate and take the cats, and oh my god, that was scary, but I am back. All is well. Everybody is safe. Apartment is safe. Both apartments are safe, like all apartments are safe, and I feel like we're very lucky. So let's continue on with this. That was a very exciting day. Okay, so I mentioned, I don't know what I last said. I know I was talking about this. This is what I use for like my regular. So now we are setting up a book one. My brain is tired. My brain is just tired. Okay, so first of all, we are going to put in some of the sticky note tabs. What I am thinking about doing is I'm thinking about just having like maybe a couple in here at a time, and just kind of limiting it because I don't want to overwhelm my little book reading / annotating kit. I'm gonna actually take off the ones that I wrote on because I don't necessarily need those. So we will have those in there. I'm going to keep a bookmark. So because of the fact that I prefer the magnetic bookmarks, I'm actually going to keep 2 in here, just in the event that I happen to lose 1, lose 2. Well, okay, so like I lose the one in my book and then I lose another one. Having a 3rd one should be good. And then I'm actually going to go ahead and put in one of my Taylor Swift ones as well, so that way I can have a cute one in there too. So the rest of these will go, I think I'm actually going to put them on this, so then that way I don't lose them. All right, next we need some of my transparent sticky notes. I'm not going to open up the big pack yet. I'm going to continue to use the ones that I have. So we're going to throw in 2 of the little ones. I'm going to do 2 of the regular size, and then we're going to do just 1 of the big ones. And then these ones I'm actually going to put with the big pack. I am going to keep one of those little bookmark things that fits the pen. That will go in here. I think we're just going to stick that, we're going to stick that over here. Zipping that up. And then last, we need to keep in my gel highlighters. I think I'm going to throw in all of the colors, mainly because I want to have like all the colors together, so then that way I can kind of decide then what colors that I want to use. So we're just going to throw them all in there. Now, as I'm reading a book, I'm probably going to pick out 3 to 4 colors to use. So first of all, we're putting one of my Mr. Pens in there. And then let's say that I'm just going to go ahead and pick out a few colors that I'm going to want. We're going to want a pink because romance. We're going to want a blue. Let's do this green. And then let's say that we use this one. It's kind of like a coral. That way we have like a good, we have a really good choice of colors to use. I was actually going to put in 2 of the Mr. Pens, but here we go. I have to find the other one. So we're throwing that in there too. And then this way, you know, I don't even know. I don't even need to have that opened. I feel like, no, actually I think I do. Just kidding. We will leave that open just because I like it a lot better. But yeah, so then this way, when I'm carrying my stuff, I'm gonna carry this with me. And I have bookmarks, I have my highlighters, my pens, I have extra highlighters, which, you know, as I'm packing this up and I'm kind of deciding like this is what I'm bringing, I may not even bring these with me. I may end up leaving these at home and it'll just be that. But for right now, I'm going to be keeping that in there. I am not currently annotating a book, so this is kind of why I'm just like throwing stuff in there right now. But when for the next book that I read, because I'm thinking the next book that I read is going to be Missing White Woman by Kelly Garrett. So I'm thinking this one, because this is for book club, I am going to annotate it. Then I'll kind of decide like what colors that I want to use, and then I'll decide, do I want to leave these extra ones in there, or do I want to do just the 4 that I'm picking out? But yeah, so there's my little kit. In the description, I will have links to everything that I purchased. So if you decide that you want to purchase them yourself, the only things I will not have links for is going to be actually, you know what? These are available on Etsy. Everything else is available on Amazon. So I will have the Etsy linked for these, and then I will have the Amazon linked for everything else. Let me know your thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this. happy reading, happy annotating, and let me know if you would put together a reading and annotation kit. Thank you guys so much. Thumbs up, subscribe, click the notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and enjoy the next video.